Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be pretty short and sweet, straight to the point. I'm not even going to edit anything. I'm just literally going to post it so you guys can have it. But this is going to be my show day recap video, just discussing everything. I did questions on my story yesterday, and a lot of you guys were asking me about show day, were asking about my future plans and whatnot. So I'm just going to lay it all out here, and y'all can have a place to watch it all if you're interested. I will say I was not obviously good at vlogging this prep, but I just wasn't in it mentally to vlog. Like, I just honestly wasn't interested in it, and I was doing the same shit like every single day, and I was like, I just like, these videos are gonna be repetitive and I'm gonna sit here and edit the same shit all the time. So I just didn't want to. But I'm gonna get better at that, and I'll explain that in a second. Anyways, let's kind of talk about show day. So on show day, I am open class F, and which open class F, you are placed in classes based off your height. So open class F is 5'5" to 5'6", and I measured at 5'5" and 3/4. So apparently I grew from last year, but whatever. So I'm class F. I was class F last year as well. In my class, there were about 8 girls, and I ended up getting first, which was awesome. I didn't really know for sure if I was like getting first or not, because what happened was they brought us out, and like they were switching us back and forth, and I ended up holding center. So I held center because our call out was an odd number. It was 5 girls, and I was in the middle of all of them for like a hot minute, and then they moved me, and then they moved me back. And then Sandy ended up, Sandy is the head female judge. She ended up calling off me and another girl and comparing the rest of them. So I was like, okay, like we're about to get called back on stage, and they're going to like compare me and her to see who's first and second. Well, they ended up not calling us back out on stage because they decided who was first and who was second. I wasn't positive if I was getting first place. Everybody was obviously telling me that I was and whatnot, but like I had no idea. So I didn't like really celebrate anything. I was just like, okay, like we'll see tonight. We'll see tonight. So that night I ended up winning my class, which was awesome. I've never won my class before, besides like for true novice and novice last year, but I never have won my open class. So that was really awesome. Now, some people are confused as to why I didn't get my pro card if I won my class. National shows, a lot of national shows are different. So at Junior USA's, they do, for bikini, they do the top 4 overall. So for example, there's classes A through H. So overall, there's 8 classes. So each class winner then goes up against each other for the overall, and you have to be top 4. So when we went for the overall, I definitely was like up there for the front pose, but when it came to the back pose, I was not. So I did not get my pro card. I missed it by a hair, but that's okay. I want to kind of talk about first, like my plans and what I'm going to improve, because prep is not over yet. We are actually still in prep. Right now, I'm kind of doing a diet break in a sense. A lot of people are confused about what a diet break is and whatnot. So for me, on show day, like that night, I got dinner, and then the next day I ended up like getting sushi. And then I was back on plan on Monday, and basically a diet break for me is just a little bit of higher carbs. Some higher carbs, lower cardio, just kind of chilling and relaxing for the week. It's not that I get to eat like whatever I want or anything like that. It's just, you know, some more rice, all my normal meals, just a little bit of a chill week. But today is Thursday, and today is my last day of being chill, and we are cranking it up tomorrow. We are going balls to the wall because on this Saturday, I will be exactly 4 weeks out from Junior Nats. So let's talk about the plan for Junior Nats, what I want to see in myself, what the judges want to see, and like judges' feedback. After the show, I talked to Mo, which she is another head female judge, and Sandy, she ended up having to like catch her flight and stuff, so she had to leave real quick. I have emailed her, so I'm just kind of like waiting on her to really like email me back. But typically her and Mo's feedback is going to be the same. So when I went up to Mo, it was funny because she saw me and she was like, "Congrats, new IFBB Pro." And I was like, "Oh, I actually didn't get my pro card. So that's great." And she was like, "Oh, okay, well, the blow line." It was just really funny, but it kind of made me feel good because I was like, "You thought I got my pro card. You think I need one." So I don't know. That just made me feel good. So feedback from her was basically in my back pose, which I will also get more into in a second, but in my back pose, I was standing a little too narrow. So I was kind of like pinching my elbows together in the back, and I looked kind of like this at the top versus more like this that I know that I can bring, you know what I mean? Instead of that hourglass, I was more just narrow at the top because I was pinching my elbows together a little too much. And then she also said that she wants to see a little more like roundness in my glutes. So just a little more development, right? Which that is going to take an off season, but I'm going to get into that as well. So she said she absolutely loved my baby blue suit. She loved my hair. She loved my makeup. She wants me to bring that exact same look to Junior Nats. And then I think that she had also mentioned that I could be tighter in my like glute ties. So I was like, okay, awesome. So then I went to Joe, and Joe is another head judge. And Joe told me, he said that he is very much a shape person and that I have a fantastic shape. He absolutely loved my shape. He loved my presentation, my hair, my makeup, my suit. He said that I just need to be a hair tighter, and he said like literally just a hair. He said don't overdo it. They don't want to see striations. They don't want to see like separation, anything like that. Just a hair tighter. That was his feedback. So overall feedback was great, and it's something that I can improve in the next 4 weeks. So here is the plan. The plan is tomorrow we are, so at 4 weeks out, pretty much exactly, we are going balls to the wall for the next 3 weeks. And we are planning on me coming into peak week at about 2 to 3 pounds lighter than what I came into peak week this last time. And the reason we are doing this is because what had happened was I was so stressed out because of the pressure that I put on myself that my body was just like not holding on to anything until like show day came around, right? So I feel like on show day I was a little bit watery because like I was stressed out and whatnot, but I was eating so much food that week that I wasn't, and the week prior, because we started kind of adding food the week prior just a little bit, and starting to decrease cardio. And then like that week, like I'm not kidding you, I was eating 600 carbs a day for like 3 days leading up to my show. It was crazy. It was crazy the amount of food that I was eating, and I wasn't gaining any weight really. So I think what had happened was because I wasn't depleted, my body was storing all of those carbs and everything differently. So when you're depleted and you start carbing up, the glycogen in your muscles, you just kind of start blowing up, right? Well, because I had been eating the week before peak week, and then peak week I had to eat so much, I feel like all of the glycogen like was just kind of like all throughout my body. You know what I mean? Not exactly in the muscles that I needed it to be because I wasn't extremely depleted. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm not really the best with my words right now, but I feel like you guys will understand what I'm saying. So, and then show day morning, something that is totally on me. I don't think that I was peaked wrong at all. I think we were going for more of a soft look for Junior USA's because that's what they have kind of been preaching, that they want, softer, more feminine. But the judges want to see me a little bit, I don't want to say harder, but they want to see me a little bit tighter, and that's totally fine. So I think I was actually peaked perfectly, but I think my cortisol, because I was so stressed out and putting so much pressure on myself mentally, I think that did not help me, and I was just retaining some water and whatnot. And then also show day morning, I don't know why I did this, but it is what it is now. But I realize now that I need a lot more sodium than what we thought. And I think we're going to definitely switch up a couple peaking things that we're going to do this next show, and we're going to switch up some of my pump up snacks in the back. And for my meals that morning, I think I'm going to add a little more salt as well, because what had happened was, because I was eating so much and so much rice and everything like that all week long, and y'all know how much mustard I use, I was having heartburn so bad, so bad, that morning of my show, plus I was rushing around and I didn't want to get stains everywhere. I didn't use as much mustard that I usually use, and mustard has sodium in it, and that's one of my sources of sodium because I use so much of it, and I didn't use as much as I normally do. So when I was in the back for pumping up and stuff, I could not get a pump in my glutes. I literally could not get a pump in my glutes. And I'm not kidding, I probably did 100 some kickbacks, each leg, could not get a pump. And also something else, it's really hard for me to get a pump with just a band, but I need at least 75 pounds to get a pump, you know what I mean? But I could not get a pump before stage. So I personally feel like I looked a little flat on stage. So I didn't realize this until obviously Saturday night I went out and ate dinner with my family, and then Sunday I went and got sushi, and then Monday I had a glute workout. And I am not kidding you, I literally started getting a pump when I was doing my warm up. I was like, this is about to be a crazy workout because I'm already getting a pump. And I took pictures after my workout. I did some posing and stuff, and I looked drastically. My back pose was drastically different than it was on Saturday. And I'm like, if I would have brought this Saturday, it would have been a different outcome. So I know now, because, this past weekend was just so much good data for us. And I know now that I need more sodium. So I think actually before show day, this next show, the night before the show, I think I'm actually going to be going and getting sushi that night, which I think will help tremendously the next day. And obviously I'm going to really, really dial it in with my sodium intake and making sure that everything is, to the point. So some other things, let me think real quick. I had a phone call with Brandon, I think it was yesterday. I think we talked on the phone yesterday. Just kind of about our plan and stuff. And I already kind of discussed that with you guys. But in my head, I know that this past weekend was not me at 100% my best that I can bring this year. Okay, I know I haven't scratched my potential and stuff. It's not going to be my best package of all time. But for where I am right now, I know that this past weekend was not me at 100%. And I think this past weekend, honestly, I was at 75 to 80%. I don't think it was my best. And also, this past weekend was my third time ever stepping on stage. It was my first time stepping on stage in a year. So I definitely needed to get some jitters out. People were asking oh, is there something wrong with your shoes? Were you sliding on the stage or something like that? The stage was really, if you guys understand like how some bodybuilding stages work, they put like all those tile things together. When I was walking to the back, my walk, oh my God, I have been working on my walk. My walk will look so much better. My walk to the back will look so much better this next show. But every single time I had to walk to the back, I was on like the grooves of the tile and I thought I was going to fall. So, but it's going to be better next show. Okay. I know I need to work on that and it's going to be better. But you know, I really did get my jitters out with this show and I wasn't at my best. And I know I was not meant to get my pro card this past weekend. And I'm actually mentally really, really, really good right now. I can't even like really explain to you guys how much better I feel. And I know that sounds weird because technically, you know, I lost this weekend. I didn't get my pro card. But I think I was so stressed out last week because nobody puts pressure on me. Like people saying that they're going to watch my show or come to my show or whatever, like none of that puts pressure on me because I know I could have gotten dead last and everybody would still be like, you looked amazing, we're so proud of you, like all you guys would. None of that puts pressure on me. I put pressure on myself, and something that I was putting pressure on myself for was I didn't know how I would feel mentally, like if I would be okay if I didn't get my pro card. And here's the thing, I know I would have been okay. I know I would have been okay. I know that the world is going to keep going around. But it was still like, am I like mentally, like, what if I don't get it? Like, you know what I mean? What if I don't get it? Like, then what? So I didn't get it. And all of a sudden, all of the pressure came off of my shoulders. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm okay. I didn't get it. And here's the cool thing. I get to keep improving. I get to keep improving now. I get to keep taking their feedback and bringing a better package. And I don't think that I was meant to get my pro card when my physique was only at 75 to 80%, the best it could have been. I think I was supposed to get my pro card when I'm at 100%, the best it could have been. And I know for a fact I can bring that in 4 weeks. So my mindset right now is just very, very good. And I am so excited for this next show because I'm so excited because I'm like, damn, I got my jitters out. I'm ready for this next show. I can't wait to keep improving. Like now we know what this physique looks like on stage and I'm only going to look better this next show. We saw everything come together and it's just going to be so much better this next show. And oh my God, I'm so excited because I haven't done this national show. It's in a new location. I already booked everything. Chuck's super excited. Training is fun again because, you know, we're like, oh shit, we got to work on this. We got to do that. We got to do this. So me and Chuck have been working. Brandon's excited. He's actually going to be at this show this time. And it is just, I really don't think that I was meant to get my pro card this past weekend. And I think that I'm meant to get it at this next show. And the cool thing is like, even if I don't get it at this next show, I'm going to continue to improve and do the things that the judges are telling me. And I know that I'm going to be okay. I know that I'm not going to sit there and cry or whatever. I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I will like shed a couple tears, but like, I know I'm going to be okay. And I know that the world isn't going to end. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, you didn't get your pro card this time, try again. Like, it's fine. There was a girl this weekend who I know who has been like trying for her pro card for like 8 years and she still didn't get it. You know what I mean? But she was excited. Like she's just happy to compete and excited and wants to work to get better. And that's how I feel too. So this next show, I am just so ready for. I'm so freaking excited. The pressure I have on myself is gone and it's time to have some fun. Literally the purpose of the sport is to have fun. And I just think it's going to be great. So we are 4 weeks and 2 days out from Junior Nats in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I am going to be vlogging more. I am actually going to vlog because I'm having fun again. So that is the, I guess that's the recap. I don't really know what else there is to say, but that's all I gotta say right now. That's the plan. We're coming in leaner. We're gonna carb up and bring up my sodium and get a good pump, and we're gonna adjust some posing in the back. And I know that I can make some crazy changes in 4 weeks to my back pose. They all loved my front pose. They loved my front pose. So this back pose is about to be gnarly this next show. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully this was kind of good and you guys can make it through. I'm not going to edit it. So I will talk to you later. Bye.